plug in. Can you hear me there? Give me a thumbs up if you can, because I kind of threw the mic on at the last minute. All right. Am I good? Black Friday. I'm a little behind today. Can you guys hear me okay on Instagram with my mic? Can you give me a thumbs up if I'm good? Or a star, or say, yes, I hear you, something like that. How we doing over on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn? All good. Good morning. Happy Black Friday. I totally forgot to put my notification that I was going live today up last night. I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear me over here? Can you guys on Instagram tell me if you can hear me with my mic, please? Give me a thumbs up. Before I start jumping in, I want to make sure you can hear me. Cool. I'll have a sip of coffee while I wait. Happy Black Friday. All right, we're good over on Facebook. I saw that. Thank you, Naya, for confirming. How we doing on Instagram? I haven't had anyone say that they can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, good morning. Well, I literally, so I made Thanksgiving dinner last night. I need to post some pictures, very small and intimate. And I actually really loved it that way. There's another family that we've really grown close to over the years. And they have 2 kids and we have 2 kids. And it was just the 8 of us. And so as many of you may know, I've been clearing out my mom's house because my stepdad died. And, you know, all this silver and stuff that you never use, you know, beautiful tablecloths and whatever. And I was like, you know what? There's only 8 of us, so let's do it. So made the table pretty. I used the silver. Of course, I have to wash everything by hand today, which will be fun, or the kids do, but it was really nice. And one of the things that we do every year for Thanksgiving is we go around the table and we say what we're grateful for. And just to hear the kids, you know, who have been doing this Thanksgiving with us literally since they were like 1. I think the first Thanksgiving we did with this family, Shay might have been 1, 2 years old. And he's now 13. So just having everyone go around and have these beautiful, you know, one in college, you know, a junior, a sophomore, and an 8th grader to go around and just say how grateful they are for each other was just so precious. And I literally had maybe an inch of white wine and I slept in this morning. You think I would have had a bottle. So I've got my breakfast here. We're just no makeup on. We're just doing Black Friday post Thanksgiving live. Are you guys cool with that? Are we all good with that? I do have a little story for you too. But I'm taking a bite of my breakfast. My green oatmeal. Naya says, I've been watching Unbroken for the past 3 days in a row. I'm loving it. Oh, good. That's the docuseries that I'm in right now, and it's about autoimmunity. And in fact, one of the doctors that's in it was who I had over last night for Thanksgiving. So yeah, and I hope it's good. I hope I did all right. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I kind of saw a couple snippets. But I really like the topic because it talks a lot about how our immune system responds to our environment and how we have a choice to change our inflammation. And I think there's a lot of valuable information in there. And so I need to sit down and watch it as well. I'm glad to hear it. Are we okay on Instagram? We seem a little slow. Are you guys even there? There's like no comments, no hellos, nothing. Do you guys want to hear my Thanksgiving kitten story? Say yes if you want to hear my story. I'm waiting for yeses because I do have a Thanksgiving kitten story. I thought it was interesting that the majority of people with autoimmunity are women because of our estrogen. Yeah. And our stress levels. Yes, I got one yes on a kitten story. Yes, another yes. Okay. All right. So I'll try to make it brief. And by the way, if you have questions, go ahead and pop them down because I will scroll and look back at them. You know, I just try to get a few questions on the list before I dive in. Okay. So you guys go ahead and put your questions. But let me tell you my Thanksgiving kitten story. So on Tuesday, so first of all, we have a cat. Okay. And he has a litter box. And on Monday night, I think it was, or I asked my son to change the litter box, which is fine. So was it Wednesday morning? No, Tuesday morning. I go to take the garbage out in the morning and there's cat poop in my garage. And I'm like, oh, really, Shay? Like, you didn't clean this? Like, I blamed him. Okay. I'm just like, okay, yeah, my son did it wrong. Right. And honestly, I got a little frustrated. And then that night, Shay goes out to feed the dogs and our dog food's in the garage. And he's like, Mom, something just ran under your car. I think it's a cat. We're like, no. When we go out there, we're like, Shay, you're imagining this. There's nothing here, whatever. We close the door to the house, and about an hour later, we hear meow, 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 meow. And we're like, oh my God, there's a cat in the garage. So we go out to the garage, cannot find the cat anywhere. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll just deal with it in the morning. So I wake up Wednesday morning and I open the hood of my car and there's the cat under my engine, right? Baby kitten, maybe this big, under my engine. And she's looking right at me. She's like, hi, like up from under the engine. I'm like, oh my God, I got to go. I had a chiropractor appointment. And I'm like, I got to drive my car. Like, I'm afraid to drive my car because I don't want to kill this kitten, right? And if any of you know my history, I was going to be a veterinarian. And not only was I going to be a veterinarian, but I worked specifically at a cat hospital. That's what I did all day long. My job during college was taking care of cats, right? So I'm like, okay. There's like all these protocols with this. I'm like, okay. So I got like this long thing and kind of eased her out of the engine area and figured we'd see her scatter into the garage. Well, we never did. So I was afraid to drive my car, but I knew she wasn't by the engine. So I kind of backed out of the garage thinking the cat's going to run, right? Couldn't find the cat. I'm like, great. So I parked my car outside and take my son's car to the chiropractor appointment, trying to think, how am I going to catch this kitten? It's so fast, right? So we kept searching the car. We couldn't find her. I finally was like, all right, she's not in the engine. I'm going to drive her a block down to Meineke. I'm going to have them raise it up and I'm going to have them fetch this kitten out. And I'm thinking I'm crazy, but I go there and they're like, oh yeah, this happens all the time. They're like, actually my cat was in my wheel well for like a week and this person's was in the engine. So they're searching the entire car for this cat. They cannot find it. Right. And I'm like, oh, crap, and I had put some food in the garage on the odd chance that she did make it into the garage, right? So I get home and the food is gone. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. She's not in my car. She's in the garage. So then we go on this big search for this kitten and we find her. And she's like this little, cute little kitten, scared to death, right? And thank goodness for my cat training because I was able to catch her. And so now she's in a crate with a little litter box and whatever, and a little den or whatever. And she's frightened, but she's not, I guess you would call her feral because she's obviously wild, but definitely not like a crazy feral cat. Like she's sweet. So now we have this kitten that I'm not going to keep, but I'm fostering in this little thing, trying to get it used to me. She doesn't run from me anymore. I can put food in there and things like that. And she kind of looks at me like, oh, you're going to feed me? Like she's interested. She's eating. So number one, we saved a cat for Thanksgiving. And I think I'm going to have to call her Houdini or I don't know, Radiator or something. I don't know. But number two, if you're in Arizona and you are looking for a kitten, would you let me know? Because she needs a home and she's sweet. And I do think she will domesticate because she's really, really sweet. And I'm going to work today while sitting in there while she's eating and slowly get her to come towards me and things like that. And she's comfortable. She doesn't seem totally freaked out. She's not like running to me or anything, but she doesn't seem like she's wigged out or like totally frightened. She's just kind of like, okay, thank you. At least she's warm, right? She was in the garage and trying to get warm by the radiator. So now I have this little kitten in my den in a little crate. And I'm looking for a home for this little kitten. So if anyone would like a Thanksgiving kitten and you live in Arizona, would you reach out to my office and let me know or send a DM? Because I have one. And she's sweet. Deal? So many cute pics of kittens. Yeah. And I don't mind keeping her for a week or so and continuing to socialize her, but I can't keep her. Like I have too many animals right now and I have a cat. And he's old and he just kind of rules the roost. And it's not in my best interest to keep her, but I'm not going to just put her out in the wild and let her be eaten either. So I need to do something. So if any of you in Arizona want a kitten or anyone want to drive to Arizona for a kitten, I've got a kitten for you. And I say she, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but way cute. Like way cute. Like it's a tabby with longer hair. She's got these sweet little eyes. She's adorable. So we have a Thanksgiving kitten. She'll probably be ours through Cyber Monday or next week, but I'd like to get her adopted out well before Christmas. So if you guys know anyone, let us know. Cool. Are we all here now? Are we all caught up? Hearts. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so out of sorts because, like I said, I didn't brush my hair. I didn't do my makeup. I just woke up and came here. So here we are. Or if you know anyone else here that wants to foster her and train her to adopt her out, I'm open to that too. I just want to find her a place to go because I do think she will be a great kitten. I will put a pic of her in my stories. I got a cute pic yesterday, but I think I'll get a better one today because she's a little bit more like out and moving around. But I mean, I can't believe, I think I might've driven on Tuesday with her in my engine. Like, and that scares the crap out of me. The fact that she would survive that, this little thing, you know, one of the things that I talk about all the time are the stress response and resilience and all that. This cat is very resilient. And she definitely, it was hard to catch her. She would climb up and everything. And finally, I think when I got my hand on her, she was like, okay, like, I know you're trying to help me. I just don't know what to do, you know, and she's eaten every time I put food out. Within minutes, she comes to the bowl and eats. So she's definitely warming up to me. She's getting there. So anyway, that's my Thanksgiving story. One more announcement, and then I see some questions coming in. If you guys have other questions, keep popping them down. I'm going to start them in just a minute. So, announcement. So if you guys remember a while back, well, actually over the last 6 months, I've been asking you guys a lot of questions. What do you want to know? How can I support you? What would you like to see me create? And almost all of you said you wanted regular masterclasses. Almost all of you said you wanted live Q&As. You wanted opportunities to be educated. You wanted educational resources. You wanted handouts, right? You wanted information. So what I have been doing is I have been building a membership that allows all of that to be available to you. So I've been doing, we're creating a membership. It hasn't gone live. It goes live December 10th, where I'm going to be doing my first masterclass within it. So there's a masterclass every single month. Okay. And the topics are really determined. This is the cool part. Whoever purchases over Black Friday gets to help me determine the content of the future membership. So that is why I'm telling you guys, because you guys show up and you guys help create my content. So what I would like to do, the membership is a monthly membership, but what I'm going to do is just have you pay for the first month and you'll get 2 months for free to give me feedback. I'll be in there doing lives twice a month. I have a forum I'll go into and respond to your questions every single week. So you can pop questions in there. It gives me an idea of what the types of things you want to be learning about. And there's tons of handouts, tons of different handouts. I'm going to be putting in there protocols, different things that you can use at home. So I want to say for Black Friday, what I'm doing is I just put it up on my story. I think today is you just buy the first month, which is $49. And then you get through March 1st for free. And so that includes the next 2 master classes. It includes past master classes that are being loaded in there. It has handouts. It has past challenge exercises. And then I'm going to be adding new stuff throughout the 3 months that you're in there, that depending on what you want. So I want to make it the best health membership. I want it to be financially reasonable. I want it to be affordable for people. And I want people to be able to take control of their health and get the answers you need. So that's kind of the goal. And it's going to be kind of fun. So if you're interested in being part of this pilot, you have to sign up by Monday. After that, there won't be that free offer. The membership will still be available. So if you're like, that sounds cool, but I'd like to wait, the membership will be available starting in December 10th. You'll start seeing stuff coming down for that. But if you'd like the free months to try it out and like help me out and help me build it, head there. It's in my link in bio. There's that. I'm kind of excited for it. I'm actually really excited for it. The other thing I will be saying is that with that membership, these live Q&As on Friday for the public will be going away. So we'll be doing the live Q&As in the membership. So don't kill me, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you want to continue these lives, you want to continue to get information from me, feedback from me, like I said, there's a community. You can post questions and then I'm going to go in once a week and I'm going to answer them all. So there's a lot of value in there that I would love to be able to offer you and have you help me build it as a founding member. So if that's something you're like, yay, let's give it a go. There's really pretty low risk right now. So jump on in and check it out. Okay. I did see some questions. So let's jump in. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Black Friday. I think someone asked, did I Black Friday shop? No. I normally do, but my kids are getting older. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. What do we buy 13 and 16-year-old boys that's worth the money? Because I feel like everything they want is really expensive, so I'm better off just giving them money. But I feel like They have nothing to open under the tree. That's kind of lame. So I don't know. I haven't really. I'm going to try today, but I shop online mostly. I won't go to the stores. I need to go and get this little kit in the litter box. But outside of that, I'm not planning to venture out too far today. How about you? I have some online. By the way, the Body Deli, who I love, has a 25% off sale. There is a link in my bio to go directly to my affiliate site. If you're going to shop there, it's always nice if I can get $1 out of it. That's nice. But they're doing a 25% off sale. And I'm going to stock up because I love, love, love their products. So there's a link in my bio, I think at the very bottom, for the Body Deli, which is skincare. So if you're looking for skincare for people, or like really clean skincare for gifts and things like that, that's great. They have cute little essential oil packs and things like that. I had a question about a mattress. I actually have a mattress on my store, a clean mattress at totalhealthapothecary.com. Check that one out. And then there's also little essential oil packets and supplements. Supplements are always a great gift. If you can get some cute little cleaning products or some little essential oils, or maybe like some basics, things like that. I have a gift guide coming out through email. It might be this week, maybe next week. You guys are quiet today. Am I still rolling? No? Yeah? You guys are quiet. All right, what do you want to talk about? I caught up with questions. Do you guys want to talk about anything medical? Do you want to keep it light? Do you want to talk about topics for master classes? Are you already shopping? Yes. Hey, Liliana, how are you? Oh, I gave myself a little espresso this morning. So it's a little, it's good though. I'm waking up. Maybe I'll do my hair at some point. Put it up in a bun or something. I feel like it's kind of all over the place. What do I think of IV infusions? I love IV infusions. So I used to actually run an IV bar with a good friend of mine here in Phoenix. And we started it because in our practice, we had a large practice that we shared side by side, a very large space, and we had an extra room, and we would always do IV therapy. And so what we were finding, though, is that we were running around all the time because we were like hooking someone up to IV, and then we were going to see a patient, and it was just crazy. So what we did is we moved it to its own location, and we did an IV bar. And this was right at the beginning of where IV bars were starting to pick up. I ended up closing it. We ended up deciding to close it because my mom was going through chemotherapy. And although she was a regular client of ours, getting Myers cocktails all the time, it was just really hard on me. And it was really hard on me to be working weekends when I wanted to be with her and working between 2 different locations. And I was definitely burning my adrenals out while I was doing that. So I shut it down. But now, at least here in Arizona, so easy for people to come to you. So I have a nurse that I use that comes to me and gives IVs. When we're sick, we absolutely do them. I definitely have clients do them. Speaking on the autoimmunity front, those with autoimmunity do really well with vitamin IVs, because typically if you have inflammation, guys, the gut is not going to absorb the nutrients as well as it could. So doing it IV can really help. Now, with that said, because there's so many companies out there, make sure you know who you're using. Make sure they're using clean practices. I prefer to have a nurse come to my house or an EMT. Make sure you know more about the company, right? You say my blood sugar skyrockets when I get IV infusion. Yeah, so you have to also know that about yourself, right? So most likely it's the components in it. So we'd have to look at what are the different balances of components. If you're already diabetic, it can cause issues there too, right? Because you're putting a lot of things in. So it might just be a different type of IV that's needed. I'm sure they can change the bag. But yeah, I use IVs all the time, Myers cocktails in particular. And I definitely did that during the pandemic. I mean, that's where I started sending this nurse to all my patients' homes. And it really helped preventatively as well. What are my thoughts on grounding mats? Well, I think we're surrounded by 5G, right? We're surrounded by all this stuff. So a grounding mat's not going to hurt. But I do also think you can ground bare feet in the grass, right? And turning off electronics. There's other ways to ground as well. So I'm not like someone that gets up on my soapbox and says, everybody needs a grounding mat. But if you're surrounded by a lot of computers, like I have, you guys can't see my setup here, but I have 2 different computers, a microphone, cell phone, all these lights, like it's like a big studio type setup. And so, it's a lot of blue light coming at me all the time. And there's a wireless router out here. I mean, so yeah, grounding mats aren't a bad idea for that. B12 shots, how often is okay? People can overdose on B12. In fact, I had a client once that had B12 shots. Doctor had given her B12 shots like every week for like 6 months. And she was having numbness and tingling. And they were saying it's because her B12 was low. But when she came to me, we did labs, we checked things out. Her B12 was actually so high that it was causing the same symptoms. So use caution with that. However, also keep in mind that B12 does not work alone, right? So people say, oh, we need energy, we need B12. That's great, but it needs B6, it needs activated folate, it needs the other B vitamins. So anytime the body has something way out of proportion of its balancing stuff, it's in a stress state. If it's in a stress state, it will continue to deplete B12, but it will also deplete the other B vitamins with it. So if you're just supplementing the B12 and you're doing it in high dose and injection, and you're not considering the B6, the B5, the B1, the B2, the folate, you can actually cause a lot more problems. So I usually, when I do B12 injection, I typically mix it with B6, and I typically do an oral methylated folate with it. And I do it usually for a set, like 6 to 8 weeks for a certain purpose. Like, okay, I'm trying to lower homocysteine, I'm trying to lower blood pressure, whatever I'm trying to do for a certain set of time. And then I recheck. And then I try to go to every 2 weeks. And then I try to go to once a month. And then I try to go to every, 2 months. So I try to lower it down and start to replenish with oral as I can. Now, if you have really bad gut health, that may take a little bit longer, but it definitely shouldn't be something that you're getting all the time, in my opinion. If you're having to get B12 shots all the time, I would highly encourage you to see a naturopath, get a full workup, and figure out why that B12 is causing a problem. Yeah. Was that helpful? That's a great thing to put in my new membership, B12 and B vitamins. Is that a popular topic for you guys? Seriously, come join my membership and help me create this, because I could totally put a protocol for that in there. Right? Injection and balance. I'll even write it down. Maybe I can get that in there. Membership ideas. So I really want you guys to be a part of it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you just showed up, check my stories today, check my page. I have a membership I'm launching. I'm way excited. These lives are going to move inside the membership. But I want you guys that are here all the time to get free access to it for a certain length of time to help me create it. And that means that our lives would just be us, right? So smaller group and a forum, and we can really hone in on what you guys need to help you get well, because ultimately you are all in control of your own health, all of you. So I want you to be a part of it, okay? What cocktail? It's called a Myers cocktail. That's what it's called. Sounds fun, right? It's like vitamin C, magnesium. There's minerals in there, like zinc, selenium. There's vitamin C. There's B vitamins. So usually B complex, sometimes additional B6 and B12. So that's what they are. Instagram froze up on me. We'll give them a second. Oh, there they are. They're back. Yes. You said yes. Yes. Well, I don't know what the yes is for, but there we go. Cheers. I get on a roll and I forget what you guys said. I caught up on questions again. Let's see. You don't see me on Facebook? I think I'm on Facebook. Am I not? I'm there, right, guys? Did I get cut off? I think Liliana's on Facebook. Richard's on Facebook. Naya's on Facebook. Am I still there? I'm glad you see me on YouTube, though, Steve. That's good. Am I still good on Instagram? So, guys, check out the membership. Okay? Thank you, Naya. 2 months free for Black Friday. So go to my link in bio, check out my feed, learn more about it. It's pretty low risk. You get there'll be 3 master classes included in it. And then if you're someone that's like, I don't really like memberships, I will be offering the master classes. It's far more cost effective to just join the membership though. And you get way more. So, gobble, gobble, gobble. I did not eat any turkey, obviously, but I took a picture. You guys tell me what you made for Thanksgiving. I want to know. Here's what I did. So my good friends brought the turkey, roasted it here, and a ham, and they brought some stuffing because I just don't eat that type of thing. So they brought that. So I made mashed potatoes for them. I totally screwed them up. I'm guessing they weren't great. I couldn't eat them because they had dairy in them. But I made a chili, kind of like a sweet chili Brussels sprout, which was heavenly. I did a maple roasted carrot with gremolata on top, which was awesome. And I made what I call cauliflower crack, which is like a coconut amino type cauliflower that's roasted. And I made a salad, and I tried something new with it. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I did a sumac marinated shallot on top. So you take sumac, like 2 tablespoons of the spice sumac, and you do some champagne vinegar, and you put really thin shallots in there, and you marinate it, for an hour, and then top it on top of the salad. And the salad had, all sorts of goodies in it. It was like baby gem lettuce and pumpkin seeds and cucumber. And then I just did lemon and olive oil as a dressing, but the lemon and olive oil dressing on the baby gem lettuce with this sumac marinated shallot was really lovely. It was very light. I'd never done that before. So that was one of my new ones. I keep freezing. Oh, that sucks. So I ended up roasting a few extra potatoes at the end because I felt bad about the mashed potatoes. So I had those too, but it was really good. And then for dessert, my friend had given me a pumpkin pie the other day. So I put that out. I couldn't eat it because I think it had dairy in it, but I made a salted dark chocolate tart, which was really good, very chocolatey. It was like coconut cream, vegan dark chocolate, and then the crust was made out of like cocoa nibs and cocoa powder and dates. And my friend brought a big coconut cake, which I couldn't eat either, but it looked heavenly. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good deal. We played pool and poker. It was fun. I made a sweet potato souffle, roast asparagus, cranberry crumble cake, and an organic pumpkin pie. Look at you. Good job. I love it. Any more questions? Should we call it a day? Do you guys have any questions about the membership coming up? Throw those at me if you want, or take a look at it. We've talked about IVs. We've talked about B vitamins. We've talked about grounding mats, right? What else we got? All right. Well, if that's it, I'm going to head out for the day because I should probably shower. I feel like I just rolled out of bed because I kind of did. So the regular Friday Q&A will go away forever. I never like to say forever, and I haven't ended it yet. So I will be here next week. The membership officially starts December 10th, and they'll be rolling into there. And what I'm going to do is different times. So I will, sometimes I will do it on Friday mornings, and I want to play with different times based on when members can best attend. So when people join the membership, you can put input in on like what are good times for you, because a lot of people watch this as a replay, right? And so, and by the way, they'd all be replayed within the membership. All the master classes are replayed within the membership. All of the handouts, stay there while you're an active member. You can look at them. They have acute sick protocols. I might put a B vitamin one in there, things like that. And so, and the master classes are kind of at different times as well. Just so that we can try to figure out what's the best time. So it may stay on Friday. It may move to a different time. The people that are the founders of the membership have this say in that. Eve, check out the membership. And I may still show up occasionally, but I really want to have it become a, I am looking at starting a podcast as well, guys. So that will be available to the public. It just may not be in 2024. It's probably going to be in 2025. But I made the membership low cost for a reason, so that people could get in there and get what they need, but also help me provide some of those resources for you. When I looked back on it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing a live Q&A for almost 5 years, every Friday. Crazy, right? It's crazy. So, like I said, you might as well jump in while you get the months for free, and then there'll be live Q&As you can jump in on. And like I said, there's a forum. So if you're not available for the live Q&A, you can put questions in there, and I go in and answer them every single week. So that's going to be a new component that we do not have now. So you guys don't have to email me for questions. You can reach out. But they're not over yet. Okay. I'll still be here next week. No worries. And probably, what is the date? Jeez. I'll be here next week for sure. I will not be here the 13th though, because I have a meeting. I don't want to end on a bummer note. I want to end on an exciting note. Like, I've literally been creating this. And when I asked all you guys that filled out the survey, every single one of you said you wanted more education, more master classes, more information, more feedback from me, more ability to ask me questions, more Q&A. Like, everybody asked me for that. So I've literally been building it based off your feedback. Right? I even asked price point. I even kept it within all the price point recommendations. Like, I did everything. So I'm excited for it because I think it's going to be a great community, and I want to continue to grow this community and have all of you help each other and let me help you without you having to invest in a huge one-on-one type membership. Because I know a lot of you have reached out to work with me one-on-one, and that, it's a higher dollar, and I just can't take that many people. So this allows me to meet with many of you and work with many of you in some ways on a lower cost. So I thank you, Liliana. So check it out. It is in my link in bio right now, and I just put it on my feed. So on Facebook, there'll be a link to click. But check it out. If you're a founding member, you have say in what the content's going to be and when the lives are going to be and when the masterclass is, like what your favorite arrangement for that is, what types of handouts you want. You can get feedback. The founding members are going to be definitely VIP. So you have till Monday to be a founding member before it goes live. And by the way, I haven't really announced this is the announcement right here. So I'm giving it to you guys because you guys are my main people, right? You're the people that show up every week. So cool. All right. Well, who's Black Friday shopping today? Anyone? You ready to head out? Anyone going to the mall? Not me. I'm going to go buy a litter box for this cute little Thanksgiving kitten. I will post a picture of her in my story. Any of you in Arizona that want a kitten, please let me know. I would really love to give her to a good home. She's really sweet. And I will be here for live next week, usual time. And keep a lookout for the announcements on the membership and the masterclass. The masterclass, if you guys want to save the date, is December 10th, the first masterclass. And you can sign up for it in my link in bio right now. So awesome. Cool. All right. Nope, I'm staying in. Possible date with a husband, though. Good. I love it. All right, you all. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. I'm excited to see you guys next week. And thank you, as always, for showing up for you and your health today. I love hearing your questions. You guys are quiet today, but I suppose there's probably many of us still in bed, right? So hopefully next week we can have a real party here, okay? So let's all show up next week and let's have a serious Q&A, like a hardcore. Let's just do it. If we're going to be dwindling down these ones on Fridays, then I want to make them the best ever. So, okay. All right. Much love to you all.